Hi, class. Today we'll explore two powerful words empowerment and advocacy. These might sound like a big political terms, but really, they're about us our voices, our actions, and our ability to change our communities. By the end of this lesson, I want you to feel like, yes, even I can make a difference. Empowerment and advocacy. Empowerment is a capacity to make choices that create desired social, economic, and political changes. Advocacy is the act of supporting a cause by fighting for the rights of others. Its importance is that these concepts are central to community action initiatives that aim to uplift communities. Think of empowerment as charging your own cell phone battery and advocacy as sharing your Wi Fi signal with others. One is about your personal strength, and the other is about helping a community connect and grow. Empowerment involves individuals having the ability to make their own decisions, control their circumstances, fight for their rights, and be recognized as equal citizens. According to WHO 2010, the definition for empowerment is simply freedom, independence, and ability to make a difference in one's life. Empowerment in community context means more than just helping others. It's about enabling individuals or communities to make their own choices and take charge. For example, when a community learns to manage their own clean water system instead of waiting for outsiders, that's empowerment in action. At school, empowerment is simply the ability to make decisions, to be listened to, and to believe in yourself. Example, imagine during a student council election, if you believe your voice matters and you campaign for it, that's empowerment. But if you stay silent thinking, wala akong magagawa, then you're giving up your power. So empowerment starts with you believing that your voice counts. Here are 5 key strategies for empowerment. First, self confidence, belief in one's abilities, believing in yourself even when others doubt you. Believe in your abilities, example, when volunteering to lead a group project. Second, positivity, cultivating a positive mindset, focusing on what can be done, not just the problems. Think of I can instead of I can't. Third, meditation, mental focus and clarity. Clearing your mind so that you can make good decisions. Take time to clear your mind. No, you don't have to sit on a mountain. Even 5 minutes of breathing can help. Fourth, the people around you. Surrounding oneself with supportive individuals. Surround yourself with supportive friends, not those who discourage you or drag you down. Lastly, priorities. Focusing on what matters most. Knowing what really matters and why they matter. Who here has ever said yes to too many things and ended up stressed? That's why prioritizing is key to empowerment. For example, if you want to advocate for mental health, you need confidence to speak up, positivity to inspire others, supportive friends to join your cause, and focus to plan events and clear priorities so you don't get lost along the way. What is advocacy? Advocacy is all about action, act of supporting a cause by targeting decision makers or people in positions of power to address the concerns of others. It means supporting a cause and pushing for change. Think of it as being the voice for those who cannot speak or not being heard. For instance, when students lobby for a better library or Wi Fi on campus, that's advocacy too. Again, it's about creating positive change for individuals and communities. There are three types of advocacy. Systematic advocacy focuses on changing policies at local, national, or international levels. It is about working for policy or big changes. Second, individual advocacy efforts to change the situation of a single person and protect their rights. It's about helping one person's rights be heard. Third, self-advocacy, strengthening an individual's ability to communicate their needs and address their own rights. It's about speaking up for yourself. Example, if I say, teacher, I need more time to finish this project. That's self-advocacy. If we all petition for a longer lunch break, that's systems advocacy or systematic advocacy. Three common goals of advocacy: targeting decision makers, leaders, and policymakers to create lasting positive changes. Second, changing the status quo by addressing systematic problems. And third, empowering individuals and communities. In other words, first is to raise awareness. Second is to influence decision makers. And third is to protect people's rights. Example, hashtag Mental Health Philippines works to raise awareness and encourage policies for better mental health services. The goal is always to push for something better, fairer, and more inclusive. Here is a detailed steps in advocacy campaigns. First, of course, you have to identify a priority problem. Know what the problem is. Second, gather information about the problem. Third is develop achievable aims and objectives. If you already know the problem and you have enough information, develop aims and objectives that you wanted to do. Fourth, identify the level of advocacy, local, national, or international. So since we are talking about community, let's start with the local first. Fifth, identify target people or groups. Who are the targeted people? Is it your community or someone else's community? You have to start from your own community as well. Six, develop advocacy messages. What is your advocacy all about? And you have to make it concise and impactful. Seven, identify allies. Um, who are your friends with? Who are the people that can help you with your advocacy? Eight, identify available resources. This could be speaker, master about the problem. It could also be about the government officials, your barangay officials. These are available sources, and of course, the people in the community. Nine, create an action plan. In creating an action plan, it needs also to be very detailed so that you know what to do. That's why it's called an action plan. It's a plan for you of what are the next steps that you're going to do with your advocacy. Lastly, monitor and evaluate advocacy work. It means that once you have already implemented your advocacy, you have shared them to the community, you have to monitor and evaluate if your advocacy is working well, if it is effective or not, and what are the things that you need to improve on. Steps in advocacy campaigns is like running an advocacy campaign, like doing a TikTok challenge. You have to identify the issue first. What's the problem? Then plan your message. How do you say it? Choose your platform. Where do you like to post? Or the more the merrier. Post it to all of your social media. The more people who would get to see it, the more people would know about it. And then mobilize people who joins you with your advocacy and evaluate, did it work? So yeah, those are just the simple steps in advocacy campaigns. strategies for effective advocacy. For advocacy to be effective, first you have to raise public awareness. You have to make sure that your advocacy is about raising public awareness for the people to know what your advocacy is all about and why it matters. Next, use the media for outreach. In this digital world, take advantage of the social media to reach as much people as you can. Next, combine online and offline activities. The more the better. Next, contact stakeholders in the most effective way. The more sponsors or stakeholders you are linked with, the better, because it simply means that you are trusted. They rely on you and they trust that your advocacy matters. And lastly, grow. Grow your support base continuously. Reach out to many people as much as possible so that your advocacy will not die down. It would continuously grow and a lot of people would know about it. Any questions for advocacy strategy? What is the issue? Who is affected? Who has the power to solve it? What are our goals? What resources do we have? Who are our allies? What are our key messages? And what is the timeline? So these are the questions that you have to answer so that your advocacy will not just simply die down, would simply continuously um, flourish and be able to reach many people as much as possible. So, for example, if our campaign is about planting trees, success could be measured by how many trees were actually planted and survived, not just posted online. Advocacy for plants and animals. Advocacy isn't limited to beings. Campaigns can also support endangered plants and animals whose existence is threatened by human activities. Examples are conservation efforts and wildlife protection laws. Advocacy, again, isn't just for humans. We can advocate for animals and the environment too. Example, the Haribon Foundation fights for forest conservation, or campaigns that protect turtles from plastic straws. Advocacy is about being the voice for those who can't speak for themselves, including the plants and animals. Advocacy campaigns in the Philippines. Bayanihan to Heal Us One Act campaign COVID-19 response. This campaign focused on providing support and resources to those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. It promoted public health measures, community solidarity, and assistance to marginalized communities. Various organizations collaborated to deliver aid, medical support, and accurate information to the public. Second, anti-contractualization campaign or hashtag EndEndo. The hashtag EndEndo campaign advocates for the rights of workers against end of contract or ENDO practices, where employees are hired on short-term contracts without the benefits and security of permanent employment. This advocacy is supported by labor groups and human rights organizations aiming to reform labor policies and improve workers' welfare. Hashtag Babae Ako. I am a woman. Hashtag Babae Ako is a feminist movement aimed at combating misogyny, sexism, and discrimination against women. Launched in response to sexist remarks and policies affecting women's rights, it empowers women and promotes gender equality. This campaign raised awareness through social media and mobilized advocacy efforts both online and in communities. Save Our Forest Haribon Foundation. The Haribon Foundation's campaigns focus on protecting Philippine biodiversity and forest conservation. The organization advocates for sustainable forest management, reforestation, and protection of endangered species. Their programs, like the Rainforestation Movement, aim to restore Philippine forests by encouraging native tree planting. Anti-plastic campaigns are example the Plastic Free Pilipinas. Environmental groups like Plastic Free Pilipinas advocate against single-use plastics and encourage sustainable practices. These campaigns push for policies to reduce plastic waste and promote eco-friendly alternatives. Cities and municipalities have been urged to adopt ordinances banning or limiting plastic use as part of this advocacy. Hashtag Zero Hunger PH. This campaign seeks to address food insecurity and malnutrition by advocating for policy changes, community-driven initiatives, and private sector engagement to provide food for underprivileged communities. Several organizations and volunteers participate in efforts to distribute meals, establish community gardens, and improve food security. Mental health advocacy example, hashtag mental health PH, advocates for mental awareness and support, encouraging Filipinos to seek help and breaking down the stigma surrounding mental illness. The campaign works to educate the public on mental health issues and collaborates with government agencies to improve mental health services in the country. Education for all. Example, Gawad Galingan Teach for the Philippines. These campaigns focus on improving access to quality education, especially in underserved areas. Gawad Galingan Teach for the Philippines engage in community-based programs, scholarships, and training for teachers to support education initiatives for marginalized children. 1 Million Lights Philippines. This initiative aims to provide sustainable solar-powered lights to communities without access to electricity. By distributing solar lights, the campaign reduces the dependency on kerosene lamps, promoting safer and eco-friendly lighting options. Youth participation is powerful. Youth play a critical role in community empowerment. Their ideas, energy, and participation can lead to innovative solutions for community issues. Empowering youth allows for sustained community development. Think about climate change strikes worldwide. They were started by students your age. Never underestimate what young voices can do. Empowerment and advocacy are essential in promoting social, economic, and political change. Empowering individuals and communities leads to sustainable development. Advocacy ensures that the voices of marginalized and underrepresented groups are heard. Remember, even small actions like posting responsibly, recycling, or standing up for a classmate can grow into bigger changes. All right, thank you. That is all. Catch you on the next one. Bye for now.